Good afternoon, y'all. Good to see everyone. Thank y'all for taking the time out of y'all's schedules to meet with us early to listen to this presentation about some things we feel are really important. So, our Lafayette Parish Grow Your Own program, we're going to review real quick the Reimagine grant that was awarded a little bit over a year ago. We'll update you on the work we've done for LPSS, for UL Lafayette, and the SLCC in this partnership we have together. And I'm really excited for you to hear from voices from the field. We have teachers, students, and I'm not loud enough? Oh my God, that's an odd thing for me not to be loud enough. We have voices from the field. We have students, teachers, and representatives who are actually doing the work to give you a little bit of the experience they're getting from this. And we'll talk a little bit about next steps. So just to remind everyone, when LPSS received the Reimagine grant, it was not an easy task. There were 80 applicants for these ESSER 2 grant fundings. Only 36 were awarded. And LPSS has the only, and I'll say it again, the only grant that was awarded with partners in higher ed. And that's been a huge part of what we see as the success of how we've grown this program. So the challenge, I think it's a challenge that will probably speak to all of you, is the teacher shortage. I don't think anyone sitting in here doesn't realize the teacher shortage we have and the effect it has. We had a meeting right before this and I made the comment to people, I was blessed. I had wonderful public school education with great teachers. I have 4 children that went through public schools, and they all had great teachers. And I want to tell every parent, or ensure that every parent has the same benefits I had and my children had. And I want, selfishly, my grandchildren to have those same great teachers. Teacher quality is the #1 controllable factor that we have for student outcome. Teacher quality is it. What are we going to do when we don't have teachers for the classroom? But I'll tell you, there's a solution, and I think we have it. What you see in front of you are pictures from just August and September of this year of the activities and experiences our students involved with Educators Rising and the Pre-Educator pathway have been involved in. So, give you an overview of what the grant is. This grant is a state grant, a partnership grant. And what we're looking to do is build partnerships and build structures in place with our teacher prep programs, our schools, middle schools, elementary schools, and make a continuous loop of support for educators and build our own, grow our own. I also made this comment in the last one, a fact. The teachers of the future are sitting in our classrooms right now. They're there. 80% of these students will teach within 50 miles of where they went to school and 65% within 15 miles. That means that our teachers of the future are sitting in our classrooms right now. How can we best support these students, give them every possible bit of preparation to where they're ready to come back and teach for us in our district? We have a plan for that. Some things we're proud of that have happened so far with LPSS. 2 years ago, in the 2021-2022 school year, you could basically say we started at 0 with this process. We had no pre-educator pathway courses, 0 in the district. And we had 1 small Educators Rising club, and thank you, Ms. Holloman, for having that club. Sherry's going to speak to y'all in a second. 1 small club of 6 students. All the places we'll go. Last year, we were able to add the pre-educator pathway into 2 high schools. We had 23 students who completed the pre-educator pathway course and got college credit. They are starting their university degrees with college credit in education classes already, a step ahead of everybody else. Last year, we were able to grow to 3 active clubs with 61 club members, and we were proud. We thought we made some good progress in year 1. But again, the places we'll go. In just this year, we've been able to double the number of students in pre-educator pathway courses and double the number of schools we're offering those courses at. We predict, and we will, in 3 years, have the pre-educator pathway courses at every high school, and every single student in Lafayette Parish is going to have the opportunity to be a part of this pathway. If they want to become a teacher, they're going to have the supports and the people in place to love them, care for them, and make sure they get where they want to go so they can come back here and help us. We're really proud of our club growth too. We ended last year with 3 active clubs with 61 members. As of today, we have 10 active clubs at the middle and high school levels with 227 Ed Rising club members. We are able to, well, I'll show you what things we're doing with them, but 227 club members. Is every one of those students going to be a teacher? No. But every one of them is going to walk out of here more supportive of education. When they become a voting citizen, they'll have a better idea of what they're looking for as they vote into elected officials. And as a parent, they'll be more supportive of what's going on in those schools. So we're building teachers, but we're also building support for education and educators. We feel that's a big calling of ours. So what have we done this year in LPSS? Every single one of our juniors and seniors in the pre-educator pathway, all 49 of them, have had an individualized post-secondary plan done with them, and for most of them with their parents included. Every senior has created their FSAID. Every senior has applied to at least one college, one university, and almost all of them have been accepted to one in a program of education. It's exciting. Every pathway student has access and help with scholarships and financial assistance going in. We want to make sure our future teachers don't have to struggle in the process to become teachers, in the process to how am I going to get into college, to fund my college. Every single one of our high school pathway students will attend at least one college tour. To be honest with you, it'll be 3 by the end of the year. And we're bringing over 100 students to UL on the 19th of November, excuse me for the brain thing right there. And they're going to not only tour the school, but meet with UL's Ed Rising Club, speak with the College of Education, and really get a head start on anyone else. These are our future teachers. They'll be able to meet with their future professors. We brought 79 black male juniors and seniors to a college tour at Grambling State University and a visit with the Call Me Mister program. This is a program that looks to recruit black male students to become teachers and put them back into our classrooms. It was an incredible day and an incredible experience. You probably saw it on the news. What a wonderful day to celebrate these 79 young men who aren't celebrated nearly enough and get them to a place and know that they are there and will have the support they need. Finally, we brought 40 pathway students to a BESI meeting last week. What an incredible experience for our students to be able to see where educational policy is made. I warned them before. I said, you will see that it's humans who make educational policy with all their foibles and their flaws and sometimes their pettiness, but this is how the recipe is put together. And the kids loved it, had a great experience, came back and did some work with that, and are working on mock legislation that they would like to propose to BESI. Can't ask for more. And that's just in October of this year. Upcoming, every middle school club member will attend at least one college tour and visit a university department of education. We will bring a whole group to our regional conference at UL and a signing day. Last year, we had 50 LPSS seniors who are majoring in education this year. We're hoping to double that to 100. Let's cross our fingers together and maybe we can get it done. And finally, we plan to bring 150 Ed Rising Club members to the state conference at UL Monroe. A lot of great things that we've done, a lot of plans moving forward, thanks to the grant and the support of the district and our team. And Dr. Barber will update you on UL.
Hey y'all, I'm Amy Barber. I teach in the College of Education at UL Lafayette. I'm a former first grade teacher, so really passionate about addressing this teacher shortage for a variety of reasons. But I get the great job of kind of working as linking arms with Psi Duga, but really it's not just us linking arms, it's the university's College of Education with LPSS. And so we're really excited about the collaboration that we've had so far, not only with us, but also with SLCC and our awesome community partners. So just some updates on our end is that, the clubs and courses that Psi is talking about don't stop in LPSS schools. They continue on into institutions of higher ed. So for example, we have a UL Lafayette Educators Rising Collegiate chapter with over 100 members at this point. So the fast track of this growth has been incredible. We only started about 3 years ago with 3 members and are up over 100 right now. We had a meeting last night, and we'll have our last meeting of the semester on November 10th, which Psi is bringing a group to as well. Some of the pictures on the screen are, I think, really powerful. The first picture at the bottom is Caitlin Daigle, who is Caitlin here yet? She's coming. Caitlin Daigle is our student president for our chapter, and that's a picture of her in Orlando this summer presenting at a national conference. So I don't know what you were doing whenever you were a junior in college, but I certainly was not doing that to a full room. And so just the whole theme or the motto of Ed Rising is there's power in teaching, and I think some of these pictures really illustrate that. Another picture on the bottom was our first member orientation meeting this fall. So that was just a meeting welcoming any students who were considering joining the Ed Rising community organization. And we had a very full room of potential new members. So it shows that the interest is not done. It's an organization that's really growing. And then the top picture there is Miss Yamani Hill, who is here. Hello. Yes. And we're really proud of Yamani because Yamani is our first example of a student who came from our UL Lafayette Collegiate chapter and is now teaching at Southside High School. So it happened really quickly, and she has also taken some responsibility in helping out with starting the Ed Rising Club on her LPSS campus. So it just gives me chills. The other things that are kind of coming up, we are also going to be bringing two Raging Cajun buses to UL Monroe for the Educators Rising State Conference in February. We are going to be hosting 100 plus LPSS Pre-Ed Pathway students for our meeting on November 10th, where I just got word from our recruitment office. We're going to be giving them some swag and giving them the royal treatment because, we see this as a recruitment strategy, but it's recruitment through showing people the power in choosing teaching as a profession. And then we are hosting a future teacher signing day. This will be our third year doing that, and a regional conference on March 19th. We did this last year and the year before. Our first year we were in the Lafayette High Library with 4 students signing on. Last year we signed on 23, and so we hope to up that number again this year. We're also exploring some different options. Today in a meeting just before this, we were exploring barriers that are still in place. So we have this beautiful pipeline built from middle school all the way into career, but there are some leaks in that pipeline. So we know that there are still things holding kids back from pursuing a career in teaching. And so we're really working hard to try to identify all of those. Because our ultimate goal is to develop a model out of this Reimagine grant that can be replicable in other parts of the state, and to be able to share that with the LDOE at the end. We're working with SLCC on an education pathway so that students are really clear about their options, that you can choose to start at SLCC, and that works seamlessly to transition into a 4-year university and how that works. And then finally, we're also hosting regional Pre-Educator pathway network calls once every other month to bring in surrounding districts. We've had 5 different districts on those calls who are just getting started. St. Martin Parish was here earlier. Vermilion Parish has some great things happening. St. Landry, no one is progressing as quickly as Lafayette Parish is, but we're bringing everybody to the table so that we can learn from each other and learn how to spread this work, because it's really all about uplifting the teaching profession and recruiting the next generation of awesome teachers. Thank you.
And really quickly, Dr. Barber mentioned SLCC. 2 years ago, SLCC did not have an education program. 2 years ago, SLCC did not have an education program. Let's fast forward 2 years. Not only have they built that program, they have over 25 students this semester in courses. If you build it, they'll come, and they are coming. They're doing a lot of work, and again, I'm trying to make the point, this is a team effort. This LPSS, the grant, the support we get from y'all and from our team, wouldn't happen if we didn't have these partners in higher ed that were willing to work with us, help us to get the kids that we have to them, and to develop those teachers that we want. So I wanted to give enough time to get some voices from the field, and if I could get our group that's representing us tonight to just stand real quick, just so you can see how many supporters we have. We have students, teachers, community members, and each of them is going to say, we hope each of them is going to say a short word about the importance of the program and why this has had an impact on them. Todd, you want to start off?
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to congratulate the system on leading the way. In less than 2 years, we have reversed the trend. You saw the line of increase in interest, and I think what's amazing about the entire effort, which we are working to brand as a community-wide effort because of all our partners, is we are not only giving students voice, we are building student education leaders at the middle school level all the way through. And I think the thing to keep in mind is that we're casting a wide net. We're looking at As Dr. Barber mentioned, all the leaks in the pipeline, all the barriers, all the many things that are slowing us down. And we are working with our partners and with continued support and investment from this board and others. We're going to keep making progress because we often say that our kids deserve the best and what they need is the best teacher. And this process, I think, will give us more and more of them over time. So thanks for your help.
Thank you, Todd. Yamani?
I didn't exactly come here prepared to speak, but I guess being a teacher, that's about,
That's right.
you know, adjusting and always maintaining that adaptability. I'm Yamani Hill. I am a first-year teacher at Southside High. Bends up. Shout out Miss Cassidy. What can I say? I'm not from here. I am from Plaquemines Parish. I went to Belle Chase High School. So coming to Lafayette Parish, something so large, I didn't know y'all had so many high schools until I actually filtered into the system. It was a game changer for me. I went to UL because it offered me the most. I love the culture. I love the environment. I used to say it's big enough to make me feel like I'm in a city, but small enough to feel like I'm at home. And that's part of the reason why I stayed here. I didn't return to my greater New Orleans area, partially because of the people that are behind me right now. Miss Nikki Walker, first of all. This lady is a tycoon, a shark. I don't know, she just hit me up every chance she got, and she supported me throughout this entire process. Miss Amy Barber, she got me, I'll fast forward this way. I got into the College of Education my junior year of college. I switched my major and I finished in 2 years, but I didn't finish that on my own. I finished that because I had support systems behind me and in place to make sure that I succeeded. And Ed Rising was one of those, along with Kappa Delta Pi. So establishing that network so late in the game for me ensured my successful transition into the workforce. She still supports me, and through her I've met Sai, which I didn't know existed until she's like, hey, we want to open a club at Southside, and he has visited me, he's emailed me, he's constantly in that support. And I think a big part of retention here, the struggle possibly, is that they don't have that support system, and partially I say it's because they weren't a Raging Cajun. I still have my support system. But people coming in from other schools, they don't have that, right? So if you start this out, let's just put it into perspective here. You have a school dedicated to, STEM. You have a school dedicated to business. You have a school for everyone in this parish. And that was something different when I walked in, and I love that. But each school has those clubs for specified careers. I can see someone who wants to do arts in a group and being successful in talented art or anything competing in the parish. I can see HOSA. I was in HOSA. I thought I was going to be STEM. But partially because I was only exposed to STEM. That is only what I expected to be. Just imagine if we push this program forward. Your retention rate, the wanting to stay like me, and they're from here. It's homegrown. You get to keep those wonderful teachers who love where you are, their community, and love everything about what this parish has to offer. Those teachers are going to be more committed to their students because they're from here, they've experienced it, and they get that network from middle school on up. I only got it in college, and I say, just imagine if you give it to middle school on up and supported education as much as we supported STEM or business or accounting. I think that's a part of the problem. The people don't want to come into education because they think we're all alone. But it's really a spider web of connections. And the quicker I knew it was a family, the quicker I wanted to stay. And I don't plan on going anywhere. But just put that into perspective. Thank you.
I just want to say something quickly about her. One of the things that I do in employee services is I work with UL to coordinate student teachers with their mentors and everything. So I'm one of the first ones that they see when they come here because I do the placement and I get them on board and everything. So when I did the onboarding and sent it to all the residents that were about to begin residency, she was the first one to come and take care of her business. One of the things I have to chase them down, come take care of your business. So she was the first one to come. And I tell you, when she opened her mouth to me, I said, man, this girl's got it going on. Like really, she just like floored me, seriously. She said, I'm a shark, she's a shark. So, and literally Southside High sharks, right? So, but I said, I mean, this girl just floored me with the things she was saying, and she was just on point. I'm like, man, you really got it going on. So I just want to say thank you, and she is one of the fruits of, you know, the labor here, and we're so happy to have her in Southside. We're so happy to have her starting off with our Ed Rising Club and everything. So she's just, you know, this is what we want, and she's just a true picture. So y'all can see why I said this girl's got it going on.
And I do want y'all to hear from a couple of our, thank you, Nikki, a couple of our students, Catherine and Mariana. So Catherine and Mariana we're in our first class of Foundations of Education. They are taking our second course. So they're going to walk out of high school with 2 college courses completed in education. They're both officers in our Ed Rising Club. And I just wanted you to hear a voice from the students, the reason we're here.
Okay. Hi. Okay, my name is Catherine Smith. He already kind of introduced me. One of my favorite things, I love learning, school. I feel like you don't see that a lot, but I'm also very involved. So I'm one of the editors of the yearbook. I'm one of the captains of the Lionettes dance team. And one thing I also wanted to mention was dance in general for my life. I've danced for 12 years. So I've seen teaching also in a more of unconventional way. I've seen dance teachers, and I've been raised up with that and seeing the behind the scenes work. One of the things that I truly love about dance, why I keep going back, is the performance, the recital. All year you prepare, you have the costume, you put the makeup on, you learn your dances, and whenever I first joined the Pre-Education pathway, I got to see the behind the scenes of education, and I love that. Being able to see all of the work that everyone puts into this program, and I want more people. It's like a recital, you want to go and you're proud of your dancer or whoever's there, you want to see that, and I want there to be more the fruit of the labor, you get to see the big picture, and I want to be there, front row, so yeah, thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Mariana. I'm the president right now of the Educators Rising chapter at Lafayette High. Before the Pre-Educator pathway, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. But not only has this pathway given me the tools to develop passion for teachers and teaching and respect for teachers, it's allowed me to have insight into the world of education and how much passion and hard work teachers put into their classrooms every single day. So we need excited and eager teachers in our classrooms, and we are going to be the excited and eager teachers because of this pathway. So it's all about growing your own, and this pathway is so important to continue inspiring and inspiring our future teachers and respect and allowing our students to respect their teachers, because they can really see the hard work that goes into it. So.
And then a couple of our teachers, Miss Bobby Porter, who started the class at Northside High School, has moved to David Thibodeau and has started a club, and crossing our fingers, courses for next year.
I just wanted to share about the importance of the little successes of the program that we've had so far. So when I started it at Northside last year, I basically bribed and begged 12 kids to take the class and be my guinea pigs. And it turned out to have one that is dedicated to being an English teacher, one that is potentially considering being a band director, and another that wants to be a doctor, but he's adamant that he wants to be a doctor that teaches. So whatever capacity that ends up being for him, we have 3 more educators in the world that we probably wouldn't have had without this program. So if I can do that in 1 year with 12 kids that had 0 interest in teaching, what can I do if we keep moving forward? So hopefully we keep getting the support to keep building this and keep growing. Even the other 9 kids that don't want to be teachers, they became advocates for education. They became people that are supporting their teachers now, not bashing their teachers, that are getting other kids to support. So even if they don't become educators in the future, they're going to be the ones that are going to fight for us in the future as parents in their professional careers, whatever that may be. Regardless of whether we get teachers, we get supporters, and I think that's almost just as important as getting the teachers. So whatever aspect we get out of this, I think it's important that we keep pushing this program forward. So hopefully we get to do that with your support.
Thank you, Bobby. Miss Sherry Holloman, who actually, from my heart, we probably wouldn't have this going the way we do without Sherry. She just was adamant that this program get started and get moving in the district, and she still keeps me on my toes with making sure things get done.
Thank you, Sai. Talk about growing your own. I was a graduate of Lafayette High. My mother was the first graduating class of Lafayette High School, and I've been a teacher for 40 years. My dad taught in the district too, so I'm also an advocate for Lafayette Parish. 6 years ago, one of our admin came to me and asked me to start this club, and it was a little engine that could. We started it, and then when the Pathways came about, it's like, yes, we got this. And it has changed my teaching profession. It has rejuvenated me to stay in the classroom for maybe year 41. And the two classes that we're teaching, the multicultural class and the foundations class, my girls are in both of them. The education foundation class, even if they're not going to be a teacher, they'll be a stakeholder in education. I had very much success. All of them passed their micro-credential, and somewhere down the line, they'll be an advocate for teachers. So most of them will become teachers, but we're pretty proud of that class. But my heart this year, I have the only multicultural education class, and I don't think there's a better time in the world to be teaching this because of the world we live in, and these kids are going to be global citizens, and I think the multicultural class, I can't say enough about it. We're going to be doing great things. We do great things with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. We're going to be the inaugural class that will go back and forth to be mentorships to some little kids at SJ, but I just think this Pathways has been amazing. It definitely kept me around in the classroom, and Sai, we couldn't do it without him, and the kids involved and all the other teachers involved are just amazing. But in this world we live in, this multicultural class is vital because we are growing global citizens, and thank you all for supporting our Pathways.
All right. Thank you all so much for listening to us. We appreciate y'all continued support, and we'll see y'all next time.
Thank you, Ms. Dugua.
Thank you all so much for coming.